Shalom to Framework Fortune, and welcome back everybody in the Framework Fortune community. Good morning, traders. Let's see what we can get ourselves into today. So, NQ continually dumping here. No surprise there. Let me go through my list here, see what is happening. Actually, first, good evening, Lori. First, let's go and look at the indexes and futures, just in general, to see where everything is at. Okay, so Bitcoin around 43, US dollar still strengthening, but running into very strong resistance. Gold starting to wake back up, testing that downtrend, so possible breakout over 2,000 on gold coming, unless it gets rejected, which is a possibility. It could get rejected one more time and kind of have to curl before it jumps up. Okay, NQ, like I said, looking bad. Looking real bad. Oil's still dropping, which is kind of surprising, but I guess not really. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It shouldn't be getting too low right now, but whatever shenanigans they're pulling. Interestingly enough, the real estate market running into a downtrend resistance, but has been testing it some, so we'll see. That's actually been holding up better than the NASDAQ, which is interesting. And silver's right there, so okay. Basically, not much going on other than maybe gold. So let's pop back over and let's take a look. Thank you, Lori. Let's take a look at what's going on. BBLG, that's still not doing anything. We'll take that off. BTIA, that's given up. Hustle's oil play, so I'm not going to look at it right now. Let's see here. Oh, I ain't even got to think about it. No, I ain't got enough there. So I got 8. I don't have enough for 8. What's going on? There we go. Alright, I'm in here 5 shares. U-shape. This thing ripped hard yesterday, gapping up today. But what I'm looking at is this little uptrend, which may be off a little bit, but we're testing 25. Yeah, 25 is going to be our main resistance there. After 25, we should be able to move, though. Been at 23.97. We're already up to 24.30. Look at this on the hour chart. Man, we do have a downtrend we got to break as well, but still, it's right at 25. Here we go, coming up to 24.50. Breaking through 24.50. Remember, this thing ran nasty yesterday, went on a huge run, so it does have that potential. But we got to get through this 25 area. Super low float. Shares say 81 million, but I believe Hal checked it, HH checked it, it was a lot lower than that. Nice, Austin Sowers. Good morning, buddy. Good job getting in some solid trades there. I haven't even looked at anything else just because I saw this U-shape starting to form on SST and this uptrend. So I have not even, I just was going down my previous list from yesterday and saw it. So I don't know. I mean, it's got volume. I haven't seen what else is going on. MDVL, throw that up there. Little $1.25 stock. Actually, let me go on the daily chart. Maybe. That's uptrending. Put that on the list. Control L. Werewolf Therapeutics. That's a great name. What a great name for a therapeutic company. And their ticker name, their ticker symbol is HAL. What exactly are they cooking up in that laboratory that they named themselves Werewolf Therapeutics? Well, that's their whole idea. MNTS. Okay, they look like, oh gosh, I see Elon Musk's name. UEC, uranium, pushing back up for a third test of this 550, 575 area. If we can break up over 550, that may be able to push for a new high. Let's see, we got a 1,000% gainer. No, that's a reverse stock split. Had to have been. Yeah, 1 for 12. SPFM actually doesn't look too bad. VTNR, me. The RCC. It's been a little, well, actually, 44 million shares. Let's pop that up on the watch list. UEGO. So we do have Fortuna Silver up. Actually, Fortuna making a little bit of a U shape here. Keep an eye on that. AG is up. Well, actually, it's showing a lot of the oil plays are up. VTNR being one of them. We'll keep an eye on oil, but I don't know. Alright. So SST having a little pullback here. There's a lot of selling pressure trying to hold it down. And at the moment. Alright, let's go into 1 hour chart. Need to stay above 22.34. Little Arnold Palmer. Can't even say it. Shouldn't drink it if I can't say it, huh? A little bit Arnold Palmer here. Early morning. Let me put a little, something else in it. Then I call them Arnie Palmies. If if they've got a little bit of, happy juice mixed in there. Now I'm not saying. Don't y'all make any assumptions for me saying that now. I'm definitely not. It's just a regular Arnold Palmer. It's not an Arnie Palmy, so I don't want to hear it. Don't y'all start with me this morning. So we're testing 24 right now. Let me take a look at oil. See why it may be rebounding. I don't see a reason why those oil stocks are well, actually, maybe 95, maybe some support. Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Got us. Well, I'm actually. It is a triangle, but I think it'd be better to draw this bottom line at 95 right here. So if oil can hold 95, I think we'll see it bounce off of that, retest 100. But if it can't hold here, it may drop down to 90. SST, you're still struggling. Still testing that 24 area, but not too shabby. The fact of staying there, we just need to see the bid start stacking 24 again, and we should see it start to move. Let's see. Let me look at the NQ for a second and see what kind of news we got on today. Stock futures mixed after 2 days of Fed-inspired losses. Stock futures bond yields stabilize after Fed drill and sell-off. Yellen warns crypto invites risks that could disrupt. Oh boy, she's a genius, man. I tell you what, man, she's got it figured out. You know, old Janet Yellen, it invites risks that could disrupt the financial system in our economy. You don't say. That's the whole point of it. Maybe if you ran all of it right, people wouldn't be trying to replace you with little code. It's pretty bad when a little bit of code can do your job better than you. All right, 10-year Treasury yield pulls back from 3-year high. Stock market's behaving a lot like it did during the Iraq war. Well, maybe, but except for the fact, we're in a lot more debt and inflation is way higher than it was during the Iraq war. So, uh-oh. What happened here? We had a little rejection pulling back 23.22. See, are you following the NASDAQ? Let's see. NASDAQ's kind of pushing up there, so not really. What does this play again? Or what is this? System 1. This is what whales are betting on System 1. I think there's whales in there, maybe. It is a higher price stock. Yeah, 24 is this tip right here. So we don't want to see it pull back too much. See, SPFM got a little bit of a look at this in the hour. Yeah, let me put the hour chart up here. So SFBM, whoops. See this pretty clearly on the hour chart. Has that upward sloping channel. It's trying to test that now, but just got a doji star on the 1 hour. This next 1 hour candle did open up, but pushing down so far. So it looks like SBFM possibly could get rejected here. And have to come back down to the bottom of the channel. TRVI, how much volume's in that? Let's see, 6 million. They had a $55 million placement. Not the greatest news, but it's just making a little bit of a consolidation triangle here at 275. So if I can break over at 275, it could at least try to test 3. Looks like it's trying it now. This has ran 75 cents today. That's a pretty good run on a $2 stock. Let's see what else we got. NEXT. That doesn't look like anything good. TRVI. That's the one I was just looking at. Just trying to BRCC. What was this rip from? 21 to 29, so that thing can rip. Leave that on watch. Fortuna Silver, about 1 million in volume. And the werewolf trade here. Cancer product pack with Jazz Pharma. Okay, let's see this. Global license and collaboration agreement to develop. Damn you, I was reading that. To develop. Okay, so this is not great PR. They do have an agreement, and they're going to receive $15 million. All right, $15 million, not that big of a deal, but that's the upfront payment, with potential for up to 1.26 billion. So this with potential part is nonsense at the moment until they actually get, 1 billion or whatever. It's because it says up to, so they might not even get 1.26 billion. They could get 1 million again. So this is a little bit of a misleading PR, and I have no idea what this is for. Immuno-oncology. What's it for? It has the potential to minimize toxicity associated with systematic INFA therapy, delivering INFA to tumors and therefore expanding its clinical utility in treating cancer. So it's somewhat of a cancer drug, but not really the important part, because it just says, what does it say? Yeah, it minimizes toxicity. Alright, so we are having a little pullback here. Let me see if I can grab a little bit more and average down some. I don't know if I can or not. There's one more. Oh, that's all I got. So I got 6 of them now. I didn't bring my average down much, just a 23.80. Trying to hold the 10-day right now on the hour chart. Let's see if it can hold there. Giving it a little fake out up to 24.54, but hard rejection. ZenQ still dying. Yeah, looks like it's probably going to die. There we go, right back up over 23. So 23 is starting to hold as support. You can see all those bids stacking right there at 23 and above 23. So if they can hold in there, 23 should be fine. If we don't go any lower than this wick, we're building higher lows. Yeah, and it's getting pushed up even more off of 23. I'll give this bad boy a little bit of time here. Gold's still pushing up to 1940. HYMC selling off. Where's the gold plays? Where are you guys at? All I'm seeing is a few that's up. Let me see. What do you think? DRD, that's my favorite gold play. It's barely up. So looks like gold plays might wake up if gold gets back up towards 2,000, but they're still looking kind of sleepy. So I was trying to get was Wheaton Precious. It is WPM. What did I put in? Let's put something else. Wheaton Precious up about 50 cents today, so yeah, they're not really waking up yet, but they could be getting close. Oil's acting up because Congress keeps talking about Russian oil. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter. That's all nonsense. We only import 3% of our oil from Russia. So it's not like the Congress don't even know what they're talking about. You know, they're trying to put oil sanctions on Russia when we barely buy any oil from them. So it's just all nonsense. Telling you, it's all distraction from what's happening in our own country right now. You know, the economy, they keep telling us, you know, the economy's healthy, but, you know, Jerome Powell farts and the stock market drops. So if one person can pass gas and cause the NQ to dip quite a bit, I would say we probably don't have a very, very stable anything. And then, of course, we know the U.S. dollar is not stable because inflation is up at 8%, maybe higher at this point. I don't know. Maybe it might have pulled back some, but I doubt it. Because I went to the store yesterday, and that bacon inflation is just getting out of hand. Actually, the most interesting thing, and I actually took a picture of this, and I'll put this in the Discord a little bit later. Kroger's is trying, like I was saying about a week or two ago, Kroger's is trying to squash out all their competition as far as grocery brands. And I wasn't sure if that was the case until yesterday when I went to the store. And this is exactly why. Because during all this inflation, all this stuff going on, Kroger's bread, you know, wheat has been high. Kroger's bread, they're selling 4 loaves for less than $3. That is the sell they had. I had to take a picture of it. I need you to think about that for a minute. You're talking about less than $1 for a loaf of bread when everybody else is having to charge higher prices. Kroger's is trying to monopolize. Same as you know, these other companies, Walmart brands, they're trying to take out all the big name brands and replace it with their own very, very surprisingly cheap products. But anyway, you need to hold up. That failed to hold 23. We're looking good for a second. We're about to close on this candle, though. We got, what, 30 seconds? Yeah. Let's see, Austin. No, you had to take a little dip there. Yeah, it got a rejection at first on the second little test. You know, it's not going too high as shares because we did, you know, this thing ran and doubled in price and came all the way back down in one day. So we do got to be aware that it can drop pretty fast if it starts to lose the buy-in that's happening in this consolidation. Let's see if we start going back green and pop over 23 here. It's trying to. The bids just aren't moving up. Got the ask over 23. No, you see these buyers step in here. They're pretty mixed on the time and sells, green and red. Very mixed right here. You need to... You need to see these bids do what they're supposed to. Give me just a second. I gotta look around here. Take a quick gander, because I am in a crypto trade at the moment as well. Oh, Ethereum got knocked again. Almost a bid stacking over 23. They're close, but not quite there. That's not great. There we go. There's one bid finally. There we go. There's a couple of 23s. Now let's see if they can hang in there. Because so far, they've been continuously getting taken out in this last two candles. There we go. There's 5 of them stacked. It's trying. It's trying. We just have to give it a little bit more time. Yeah, Ethereum may go on and pull back down to 3,000 at this point. Let's see, is anything else done? Anything? Okay, SPFM still hanging out around the top of that channel. Did get a rejection there, but holding about $8 as support momentarily. Be careful with it, because it is up high, but if it starts pushing towards 875, you can see it try to test 9, and if it breaks 9, inevitably it move up to 10. And we're still hanging in there on SST, just barely, but we're hanging. And what I'm looking at is this 1 hour, the 10-day moving average, this green line here is where all these candles have been held above. So, you know, it's sideways. It's basically been going sideways with upward pushes, but just a lot of selling pressure. But if we've gotten a lot of that seller pressure out through this past 6 candles of consolidation, we may be ready to go. Maybe what buyers is waiting on for. You know, maybe swing traders got in yesterday off of the trend line or 1950. Yeah, probably 1950. Because right as soon as it started breaking over 1950, it got a little buy and push close to market close, and then was bought up all after hours. So somebody was buying it. So they're definitely going to lock out some profits. You know, if they got in at like 1950 or 20 and this thing shoots up to 25, or right there where it shot to 26, that's a $5-6 move. People are going to lock that profit in. So that's where that selling is coming from. Could be short still on this play, as this was only 15 at the beginning of the month. So it's about $10, well, $9 higher at the moment than it was 4 days ago, 5 days ago. So it is still up from that initial rip. So there easily could be shorters. And then also you got bag holders too from Tuesday. Because I guarantee there was people who bought the top of this up over $30, probably even down, thinking it was going to bounce off of 25 right here. And so they're trying to get out as well with these little pushes. So we're seeing, I think that's why we're seeing so much selling pressure so far. It's got swing traders and we got bag holders still getting out of it while it's giving them little chances to get out of it. I could be wrong. Just my thoughts. Yeah, Austin, I agree with that. You know, that double top. Ethereum made the same double top just against its downtrend. But yeah, they're Ethereum and Bitcoin still following the NQ quite a bit. Trading long today is really stupid. Uh, maybe. We got support on the NQ here at 1400. So if it cracks below 14.4, then it could start dumping. So I am aware of that. Well, we got a little ways to go before we get there. But if it does start rebounding, then it would be this would be a good time. It doesn't look like it's going to rebound. But also, it may not affect SST. SST might not be really caring too much about what the NQ is doing. But we got a little double. Actually, it's a triple bottom on the 15-minute chart. We are testing it. 1440. Or 14,400, I should say. I would say the biggest thing is going to be if it can get back over 14.5 right now. But if 14.5 holds up as resistance, we're going to come down. More than likely, we'll probably come down. Oh yeah. Even though Ethereum and Bitcoin are kind of following the stock market, when you look at the bigger time frame, Ethereum is as bullish as it can be. Just about. Having that rejection off that 3,500 area was not that big of a surprise for Ethereum, as that was where yes, DB, you are exactly right. The choppiness is insane. There's a lot of money moving around all the markets. It's because people have no idea. They're listening. They're listening to the Federal Reserve, and when you're listening to the Federal Reserve, and they're just talking nonsense, you're gonna have no idea where to go. You know, like if that's your, and we know that because every time that they have to something to say, the whole damn market goes quiet. It's like they think the feds are like the magical savior of the market because they have been in the past. I guess what they're not realizing is that you're buying over the top of the feds at the highest prices ever, like I've been saying. So that's why I just don't think we're going to see any type of major rebound on the stock market for a while. I think we got a little while of slow descent. Because they're raising interest rates too. So, not really a great reason to be in there. We are coming right back up to 24 here, so that's good. That's showing some strength. We end up holding that 23 area. We just need to see a nice break of 24 and it actually hold above 24, because if you look at all these candles, not one candle at market open so far, during market open, has gotten over 24 and held it. We've had a few pops over it, but we've not had not one candle on the 15-minute hold 24. Come on, little buddy, you can do it. Get back above 24, right there at 23.90. We gonna come back alive here or not? We could get another rejection and have to come down again if this is a triangle pattern, but I'm thinking it may be just more of a channel, channel between 22 and 24. It doesn't matter whether it's a triangle or a channel. The only thing that matters is whether it breaks up over 24 or not. Don't need to complicate it. And here comes a test. Let's see if we get back over there. Buying volume actually staying pretty decently consistent, just not a lot of it. Yet. We're only up 20% though. If it starts jumping up 25, 30% on people's scanners, and that's when we can see the volume start coming into it, the heavy volume. But that's going to probably be, let's see, if that's 20% at 24. Yeah, it needs to break 25. That's where the big volume could come in, if it's going to. But like Daniel B saying, it's very choppy around the market. Everybody's trading like they're sitting on a cactus. It's very uncomfortable. Come on, you're almost there. You see that we still don't have bid stacking at 24. I'm trying to stack at 23.90. We are getting some buys over 24, but we need to see the bid stack. Let's see, we got a minute left on this candle. So if this can close and hold over 24, this will be the first 15-minute candle to do it. Testing 24.25, decent size order, moved up to 24.20. The downtrend's right at 24.25. Come on. Oh, rejection at 24. Don't you play with my emotions. I don't got all day today. Oh no, don't do that. Get out get out of here. I didn't mean to click that. So where did that candle close at? Closed at 23.91. Very, very close, but no cigar. Still not one candle closing over that 15-minute. Over 24. Let's give it a second. Let's see. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. You know, it's tradition that I have to walk away right before something breaks out. I don't know if it's going to break out, but it's looking pretty damn good now. Holding over 24, testing 24.50. We still got 10 minutes on this candle, though, so we do, like I said, it's got to close above 24, but we're looking a little testy right now. Let's see. Me, top 10 NASDAQ, are you on this list? Oh, SST, it's not even on that list. So yeah, it's not caught all the attention yet. Let's see, SBFM still getting rejected off of that uptrend. That had a little pop up to 475 on MTS. How's giving up. Fortunas, not doing too much. That's trying to test 30 again. BRCC, TRVI getting rejected off of that resistance. Oh, and SST right back down to 24. So still getting rejected here. NQ dying a little bit. It's oh boy. We're getting very close to cracking on the NQ. And there's not much support after this crack. I mean, 14 is going to be your next support, so that would be all the way down here. Yee. Let's see if that affects, if the NQ really starts dumping, if it starts affecting SST at all. Let's see. NIO price getting interesting. Listen, if you're getting an urge to do something, it's usually not a good idea to do it. But if you've done your research and you've got your plan planned out and everything, you know, you've done the research, so that's your decision. I don't mind it. Other than the fact you said you have the urge to go all in, which is that's scary. It's a scary thought right now with with the whole uncertainty of all the markets at this moment. It's scary to me anyway. But, they're pushing EV hard, so NIO though is a Chinese company. I think NIO is a Chinese company. I don't think so. Oh well. Mm, mm, well, the NYSC is, if the NQ is dumping, the NYSC is going to be more than likely dumping. They're not both going to be moving directly opposite of each other. I'm just watching the NQ because it's basic overall of the market, whether the NYSC is involved or not. The NQ is more important than the NYSC. Because here's the thing, they with futures contracts, the majority of futures contracts are traded on the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So NYSC stocks are just on the New York Stock Exchange. It's not really that big of a difference between the NQ, the Nasdaq, Exchange, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and the NYSE. The biggest difference is the NQ. Actually, I think the Chicago CME is the biggest of those exchanges for futures. Could be wrong about that. Maybe Nasdaq, but I think it's CME because that's where futures started at, was the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I wouldn't say EV is a bubble. Like if inflation doesn't go down, even with all the other stuff, what's happening? Hold on a second. You guys are saying I'm breaking up, and now I'm starting to get an error that I'm breaking up. Let me turn off this miner. See if that helps. Oh, the miner's actually off. Do a speed test real quick. Let me know if it continues to be choppy and whatnot. We're having a little bit of... Well, that's strange. That's a weird... I'm looking at where it's clocking our speeds at, and that's not where it normally... That's not usually the tower. We are coming in the last 3 minutes of this candle, trying to push 2450 right now. So we got... Oh, my speed test is fine. So what is happening here? No one life. I'm mining PKT. Go check out frameworkfortune.com and go to the crypto tab and go to mining, and you can mine PKT as well. We are ambassadors for PKT now. You don't know what PKT is? It is a fork of Bitcoin, and it is aimed at monetizing bandwidth and disrupting the internet service providers like Comcast and all of them, the monopolies. So I'm mining to basically mining, selling my extra bandwidth. That's the type of mining it is. But the whole setup and how to mine PKT is on the website. Doesn't cost you a thing to mine it other than some GPU and some bandwidth, but most of us pay for unlimited data. We'll never ever use unlimited data. We're starting to get a little bit frisky here on SST. Pushing up that 25 area right now. Let's see if this bad boy can start going. Oh, we are getting real close. We got a minute left on this candle. As long as it closes up this way, we should get a nice test of 25. At 24.75. Oh, right through 25. Hold on now. That was quick. That was a quick little pop over there. I was gonna say we shouldn't be just busting through it that easy. Bids are stacking at 25 though. We're starting to move here. Let's see. We gotta break over. What is that? 26.20 for a new high a day. So 26 going to be our next resistance. 25.50 is acting as a little bit of resistance. See, now we're up 26%. Just need a little bit more percentage gains to start getting people's attention on these scanners. Little rejection there. 50, 25, 25. I'm gonna go into the 5-minute so I can see how this price action is acting right here in detail. Ooh, big buyer just came in. 25.27. Testing. Oh, we're about to break through 25.50 now. Can it do it? It's trying. It's trying. Come on. Let's see some 20. Let's see that we're getting buys over 25.50. There they starting to come. There's the bid stacking at 25.50. Come on. Let's go. Let's go here. Very nice. Very nice. Come on. Let's go down up to 26. We may start getting real frisky if nothing else is happening and this thing starts taking all the attention. Got to hold up 25, bud. Come on. So a little rejection. We got all the way up to 25.73. Having a whole dollar pullback after, what was that, a $2 run almost? Off of not even a whole million in volume. Actually, not even 500,000 in volume on this 5-minute. Oh, the last few minutes I've just been talking about the stock trying to break out here. Okay, let me look back at the 15-minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put this on the hour chart. Yeah, and that's the thing too. If we can hold over 25 and break, and then break that little bit of high a day at 26, we've actually got a lot of room up to about 27.73, almost 28. Maybe even would test 30 if it could really get going, but I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if I don't know with the NQ dropping if this thing can rip that hard though. Sure, we're going to at least hold up and get back above 25. So there's our little upward momentum channel. I'm going to go ahead and remove this downtrend. We know 25 is the main area of resistance. Like all the other plays the rest of the week, as long as we're in this channel, I'll continue to hold it. As long as it's still showing that upward momentum. It starts cracking this channel, though, I'm going to get out. We are starting to hold back above 25. We got 10 minutes on the 15-minute candle to close and the hour candle to close. Trying to think about where I want to start putting a stop loss at. 24.50 is looking probably a decent area. So that's 20. Let's see, 24. So we're still fumbling with 25.50. We did get back above 25. Now it looks like we're going to give another test to 25. Yep, right through 25.50 again. And we may be about to rip here. 25.70 at 25.80. Let's see it. Come on. Get on up. 25.80. Come on. You can get through there. Don't play with my emotions. You know you want it. Don't you dare get held up at 25.75. There we go. Oh, started getting some bids stacking at 25.80, but they got taken out quick. And we're starting to struggle at 25.50 again. Still a lot of indecision here.